Mr. President, the President of the People's Republic of China.
Good to meet you. Great pleasure to see you again.
Good to see you again.
很高兴再次见到。Me too.
And we're going to have a very successful meeting, I have no doubt.
我肯定我们今天会有非常成功的会议。
But he's a very tough negotiator. That's not good.
但是他是很强硬的谈判者哦，这不好。
We know each other well.
我们相互之间非常了解。
Mr. President, do you plan to sign a trade deal today?
Could be.
有可能。
I think we'll have a great understanding.
但是我们会达成很好的
We
理
have a
解。
great relationship. We've always had a great relationship.
我们之间的关系很好，关系总是很好。
我们之间的关系。
那问他是不是还在会买美国的大众？
Will you discuss Taiwan here?
现在下面问题。
Which way?
Right, one minute.
Thank you very much, everybody. Please.
We'll bring you the latest vitriol on the new Democratic Party, the radical left, and it's all about rage. It's the opposite of what you were just watching, vengeance. And a healthy dose of course, you know, Marxism, socialism, statism. They want to burn it all down and silence any and all dissent, and by any means necessary. I thought it was really introspective of J.D. when he said, you know, well, we shouldn't do this because when they get in power, you just do the right thing. You abide by the Constitution and the rule of law. It's not that complicated. You know, these are the voters that Schumer and Jeffries fear, the base of the Democratic Party. You know, the same highly motivated voters coming out in droves for Marxist, Mamdani, AOC, and other far-left politicians now running for office. Everything you're now seeing from Schumer is because of them and his fear of them. The same with Hakeem Jeffries. This shutdown of Schumer's, the Schumer shutdown, bending the knee, but now he's between a rock and a hard place. His radical base, they're desperate to keep the government shut down until their $1.5 trillion demands are met, including health care money for illegal immigrants, NPR, PBS, and continuing health benefits that were meant for COVID that were meant to expire. On the other hand, we have people in this country, our fellow Americans, 42 million of them, suffering. They need food assistance, SNAP benefits. They have run dry as of Saturday. We have paychecks. They are not going out. Temporarily, we'll be able to pay the military. Air traffic controllers are not being paid, and they are staying home. And by the way, there were 3,300 delays on Monday alone. The American people want Democrats to do what Democrats have been preaching for years, and that's pass a clean, continuing resolution. What does that mean? You fund the government at current levels while they work these things out, rather than using it as collateral or leverage, as every Democrat keeps saying. Now, this includes the president of the union representing government employees. By the way, most of those government employees happen to be Democrats. Take a look.
This whole fiasco need to be resolved. It need to be ended. And people need to do their job, right? And if people are doing their job, guess what? America wouldn't be hungry. Guess what? Federal employees wouldn't be standing in lines to get food. People just need to do their job.
So is your message right now to Democrats in the Senate open to reopen the government and then get back to work? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I'm saying that the American workforce should be at work providing the services for the American people.
Look at this cover. New York Post, quote, "They don't give a chuck. Food benefits for poor run out on Saturday. Democrats still will not open the government." It's not good. And by the way, probably on Monday, if this continues, I might ask many of you to go to your local, food shelter and donate food, because people will be in dire need. Now Chuck Schumer is cracking under the pressure. Take a look.
Irrespective of the dispute on whether USDA contingency funds can be used for SNAP benefits.
It is not, wait a minute, excuse me. It is not a dispute. It is fact they can use it, and the Republicans say it.
Are you saying Democrats have no responsibility for the fact that
We are saying the Republicans can fund it now, and they're using these people as hostages. Plain and simple. Next. That's the answer. The answer is they can fund it right now. Okay? Right now.
they had a chance on that very vote this week, and for the 13th time, they voted no. Now, Chuck can lie all he wants. They're the ones holding the country hostage. They're the ones demanding $1.5 trillion. They're the ones demanding money for other countries' DEI, for PBS and NPR, and for illegal immigrants to get health care coverage. You know, he could be a real leader. You know, show a tiny ounce of courage on his part. Take a stand against his radical base. But power is more important. He could open the government tomorrow. He can get 5 Democrats to open the government, but he is terrified of a 34-year-old socialist who is running to become the next mayor of New York, and it's probably very likely he will be. It's pathetic to watch. Take a look.
Mondani, you going to vote for him?
Look, the bottom line is very simple. I have a good relationship with him, and we're continuing to talk.
The vote is on Tuesday. What are you going to do?
We're continuing to talk. The election's Tuesday. Now, today, Speaker Johnson perfectly described this cowardice from Schumer and Jeffries. Here's what he said.
We're all concerned about the timing. The Democrats are eating up the clock. We have very important work to do here, and that's why we're pleading with them, not Chuck Schumer. Look, I think Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are irredeemable at this point. I don't think they'll be able to tell Mondami in New York and his disciples that they voted to open the government. I've given up on the leadership. So we're trying to appeal to a handful of moderates or centrists who care more about the American people and will put the people's interests over their own and do the right thing in the Senate. I mean, there's no point in me sitting down with Chuck Schumer. He's painted himself into a corner.
They are leaders in name only, and I'll say in both cases, Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, their days are numbered. And it's bad enough the top Democrats are submitting to this radical base. But to make matters even worse than that, Democrats are flat out lying about the shutdown. Take a look.
They are choosing to withhold funding for SNAP because they want to punish hungry children, hungry veterans, hungry seniors, hungry women, and hungry families as part of their continued effort to hurt everyday Americans.
Let me be clear. SNAP recipients are not political pawns, and we're not going to let Donald Trump and Republicans hold them hostage.
Do not go down as the first president in history to manufacture a hunger crisis in the richest country on earth.
They're blaming Republicans who have voted to fund SNAP benefits 13 times, voted to reopen the government 13 times, and send out paychecks 13 times. Needless to say, Majority Leader Thune is beyond frustrated at this point. Take a look.
We are 29 days into a Democrat shutdown. And the senator from New Mexico was absolutely right. SNAP recipients shouldn't go without food. People should be getting paid in this country. And we've tried to do that 13 times. And you voted no 13 times. This isn't a political game. These are real people's lives that we're talking about. And you all have just figured out 29 days in that, oh, there might be some consequences. There are people who run out of money.
I was not kidding earlier when I said Monday, if this still continues, I'll maybe coming on the air and urging you that can afford it to maybe help out your local food bank with food distribution, because the line's going to get long fast. Now, this frustration is not coming from Republicans. Even fake Jake over at Fake News CNN is shocked at the level of gaslighting from the Democratic Party. This is a moment in time. Take a look.
Should the Democratic senators from New Mexico, your home state, vote to open the government so that these SNAP funds are not at risk?
Let me be clear. The administration is choosing to starve American children. This is a choice by the White House.
This is also, Congresswoman, this is also a choice by Senate Democrats to not vote to open the government. Yes, it is.
At the end of the day, people need to be able to feed their families, and Saturday is when those funds run out.
If you feel so strongly,
we are fighting
Congresswoman,
to get
why
that
not
funding.
ask the Senate Democrats from New Mexico to vote to open the government so that the SNAP funds...
Sir, I am here in the House of Representatives. It is shut down.
Logical question. That was a rare moment. Anyway, meanwhile on CNBC, another Democrat confronted with the cold, hard truth. Look at this.
You're almost conceding that you should not be shutting down the government, that the Democrats should not be doing that. And I don't think you'd ever say that extortion is the way that Republicans should get their way if they don't like the IRA or they don't like overspending or whatever it is at any given point in time where the other party has a disagreement. This is not the way to do it. Are you ready to vote with the Republicans to reopen the government at this point as a reasonable Democrat? Maybe others would follow you.
You know, I'm not there yet because we have had literally, Joe, no discussion whatsoever about how we're going to deal with these spikes in premiums.
This is the right way to do it, Senator? By people not getting paychecks at the TSA? This is extortion. You think this is the right way to do it? In your conscience, you think it's the right way to do it?
All right, you're now witnessing an identity crisis inside the Democratic Party, and I'm afraid to say the party's intrusive thoughts, sadly, are winning. The radicals are winning. Just watch Nancy Pelosi try to answer a question about whether her party has become too radical and extreme. Take a look.
So we respect everybody in our country. So for them to be saying what they're saying about people is like, and you're people of faith? You're people of faith? You go to church on Sunday and pray in church on Sunday and pray on people the rest of the week? What is this? What is this?
Oh, okay. At some point, they won't be able to tiptoe around the subject because the radicals will have, and they really do have, full control of the party. Everyone else, they're going to be tossed in the dustbin of history. By the way, you're looking on your screen, in South Korea, President Trump momentarily will be meeting with China's President Xi. Will